Hey everyone.
Hello, friends.
Thanks for listening to our show. Before we get started, it's important for you to know a few things. The opinions we express belong to us, and they're just that. Opinions.
Also, this is one of those shows where we cover a lot of mature content. This could include sexual content, explicit terms, rude humor, and so on.
If that sort of material might offend you, then this is not the show for you. This is also not a program for children.
Again, thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the show.
There's freaks out there that are like, I love it. Put it all over me. I'm not one of those people.
Oh, same. It's fine for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, like it's cool when it happens. I don't want anything to do with it after that. All right.
Oh, we're live.
You are listening to Mistrial by Fire, presented by Uncommon Threads. I'm Eric.
And I'm Kyoko. You should probably know that Eric and I are married.
For over 15 wonderful years.
That's right.
And even after all this time, we still don't agree on everything. Sometimes one of us changes our mind, and probably more than often, we end up agreeing to disagree.
And that, my friends, is where we came up with the concept for Mistrial by Fire. We plan on discussing content that we either source from social media or material that is sent directly to us by our listeners.
Each story will contain an individual that might be considered a guilty party. This guilt can range from criminal behavior to simply being an asshole.
We will have guests on the show that will also share their opinions and ask questions. Those guests will be asked to ultimately provide a verdict. In the end, there can only be 4 possible outcomes.
For guilty or not guilty, our guest jurors must both agree. When they disagree and refuse to change their opinions, that will result in a hung jury. On the rarest of occasions, when this whole thing goes to hell in a handbasket, like someone quits or gets kicked out, we may declare a mistrial.
Also, at the end of the show, we'll let you know how you can write us with your own material, or maybe during an annoying mid-show commercial. But for now, let's jump into it.
I am so excited for tonight's show because we have guests on our show that are going to be the jury. They're going to hear what's going on, and they're going to make a decision. And all those things excite me a whole lot.
You sound super excited.
I know. I can't help myself. So we should do our introductions. I'm Eric.
I'm Kyoko.
And you are listening to Mistrial by Fire. And tonight's guests are none other than Kirsten and Anthony. And they're going to tell us a little bit about themselves, and we're going to jump right into it. So take it away. You guys go ahead.
Hello, I'm Kirsten. I'm a lawyer.
What?
So I am very excited to get to render the decision as opposed to being the persuader.
Do you have any billboards on highways?
I wish I did.
Like for accidents?
I don't do that kind of law.
Okay.
She has
Bus benches?
bus benches.
She has bus benches.
Nice.
Oh, I love
like it.
Okay, that's cool.
That's definitely the clientele I'm going for. So
Awesome.
you got to target your advertising.
How long have you been a lawyer?
I've been a lawyer for 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I have a 10-year anniversary of graduating law school and taking the bar exam this year. And
You look like you're 20.
thank you. That's a lot of moisture.
Is that what it is? Man, that's awesome.
The
10
cocaine
years.
helps too. I'm joking, I don't.
I've hardly done anything for 10 years except screw up. I don't know. 10 years. That's impressive.
Yep, I've
All right.
been getting paid to tell people that I'm right and they're wrong for 10 years.
That's amazing.
It's a pretty great career.
I got the wrong job.
Yeah, you're doing it for free.
I know, yeah. Pro bono.
So is this your gardener or who'd you bring with you? You have to talk. People can't hear you if you don't say anything. What's going on? Who are you? Why are you here?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. My name's Anthony.
How do you know Kirsten?
I sat on her face.
What? Is that how that works? You sit on her face?
Is this like peeing on a tree? What?
No, the bus. I was trying to catch the bus.
Oh, I was going a totally different direction
Same.
with that. Okay, so
See, I thought we knew each other from marriage.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. Oh,
wait,
yes.
so you guys are married?
Yes.
Okay, how long?
1 year.
1 year. It's kind of your 1 year anniversary, more or less, right? That's why we're here.
We're celebrating. That's
Okay,
right.
all
And
right.
this is also 5 years together this year as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And where's the time go? That's crazy.
I don't know. 5 years is no joke. That's serious business.
It is serious business.
Yeah. And we are currently, speaking of serious business, we are like on location in a a seedy hotel room in San Francisco.
It's not seedy,
It
unless
sounds
it's just because
cooler
it's
if
like
we say
San
it's seedy.
Francisco.
There's seedy characters around.
Right.
Yeah.
We did just see a guy pick a whole pizza up off the sidewalk.
To
He
eat it,
stopped his
yeah.
bike and picked up. Yeah.
He was like, no, he like broke hard for that pizza. He's like, whoa, I like,
Yeah,
sorry,
he's like,
didn't-
He really did. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. He like cut us
Yeah.
off while we were walking down the
I need to
side.
get this pizza.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want you guys to get this pizza first. I hope you understand.
yeah, maybe it's really good ass pizza.
I mean, the price was right.
that does help.
Look, man, Anthony and I, okay, spoiler alert, Anthony and I, we met each other before this tonight. We've known each other for a while, and there may have been a time or two in our younger years when we did not question where the food came from as we were in varying degrees of sobriety, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, I mean, I know we outlined this before, but to bring it back, I just want to talk a little bit about what the plan is. We are going to read a story. We're all going to discuss it, but Kyoko and I cannot determine the verdict. The verdict comes down to the guests tonight. That's Kirsten and Anthony. The possible outcomes are guilty, not guilty, right? And for both of those, they both have to agree with each other. Or we can have a hung jury where obviously they don't agree with each other. Or if somebody freaks out and jumps out a window, or cops kick the door down and somebody gets arrested and we can't finish this, we will have a mistrial.
Okay.
Makes sense? Anthony, anything you need to tell us? Got any warrants?
I don't think so.
At least not in California, right?
That's what people with warrants say every single time. All right, we're going to get right into it. We ready?
Yes. Let's
Here's
do
the
it.
headline. Am I in the wrong for wanting to maintain a friendship with somebody my wife doesn't know? My goodness.
I can already see where this is going.
Yep, I do too. This poor guy. He just wants to have a friend.
Oh,
and his-
okay. All right.
I mean,
Does he have trouble making friends?
it sounds like it. It sounds like his wife is the trouble for him making friends.
Whoa, how about we read the story before we jump in?
All right, here we go. I recently made a friend on my commute to from work. Figured out we live and work on the same street, so running into her isn't something I can really control. She's a nice person. Her and her partner are very similar to my wife and I in a lot of ways, and I genuinely thought we could be friends. I mentioned it to my wife that I made friends on the train, and she wasn't bothered at first until I mentioned she was a woman.
Dun, dun, dun.
She changed her tune completely and started saying this is how affairs start, and was worried I would run away with this person. I told her that I'm definitely not going to, and of course she wasn't totally convinced. I would never cheat on her, and I despise people who go behind the backs of their partners to be unfaithful. For reference, I find it hard to make friends with other men. I always have, and I think it's probably due to me not having many father figures in my life. Women have always been easier for me to talk to and build friendships with, and none of them have ever turned into anything more than that, except for my wife.
Yeah, my current
The one
wife.
I married.
Okay.
Okay. I had to stop talking to a lot of these friends when my wife and I first got together, which was something I really struggled to do. Again, it wasn't something I wanted to do because those people didn't do anything, and I never had any intentions of having relations with any of them. My wife and I spoke about the friendship, and she discussed how she didn't feel comfortable with me being friends with a woman she doesn't know. I told her she is simply a person I catch a train with and nothing more. I don't have intentions at all with her, and I see her as a companion on the commute to break up the monotony. I almost said monogamy.
Little Freudian slip.
I know, it was so close. Okay, but to be clear, that's not what he wrote. Companion on the commute to break up the monotony. We only cross paths once or twice a week, so it's not every day that we see each other. A couple of weeks ago, my friend added me on Facebook. Oh, man. I didn't think to mention this to my wife, as I didn't believe it was a big deal. So far, our only conversations in Messenger have been articles about random stuff we spoke about on the train and some free items she offered me for my son. I told my wife, you sound...
I'm just listening.
Okay, good. I I told my wife tonight about the items and she was very upset. She again told me how she wasn't comfortable with me talking to this person and wanted me to cut off all communications. Of course, I feel conflicted about this. On one hand, my wife is upset and I don't want to upset her. But on the other hand, I have a friend who has done nothing wrong, who I genuinely feel is a good person, who is just being nice/neighborly. Am I wrong for feeling like cutting off a friendship is a bad idea just to make my wife happy?
That's a stupid reason.
Edit. Some people mentioned I should introduce my wife or invite them over for dinner. I have indeed invited them and told my wife the same day, to which she replied it was weird for me to invite strangers over for dinner. I do genuinely want to meet her partner. He seems like someone I would get along with pretty well as we share common interests. Again, this is another reason I don't want to abandon this friendship/acquaintanceship. Some people mentioned me prioritizing this person over my wife as being a red flag, while others are stating I'm sick of being controlled and this is me trying to take a stand. This is partially true. I've been in this situation before with colleagues at work who I've chatted with outside of work hours, talking about TV shows and other mundane stuff, which resulted in the same response from my wife. To be honest, good, he's starting that. To be honest, I feel I should be able to choose who I befriend without needing, quote, permission from my wife. If roles were reversed, I would be completely fine with her having a platonic male friend because I trust her completely. So,
Interesting.
I don't see what the big deal is.
Oh, okay. Jumping right in.
Yeah. I mean, he commutes to work. She commutes to work. Sounds like she's on a train. It's a couple times a week. They never talk about anything outside of boundaries.
That he says. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's being honest. And then she made a Facebook friend request. They talk about articles and whatnot. And then she gave him a couple items for his son. And guy tries to invite her over. Kind of short notice. Wife says it's weird, puts a kibosh on it, and she just wants him to end the friendship.
Yeah. I mean, why are you, I agree with the wife. Why are you going to invite strangers to the house? If I already don't like this woman, I don't want her in my house. What he could have done is maybe suggested that they go on a double date or go for coffee together. Wife definitely should have been introduced.
So it's the inviting her to the house that's a problem?
No, it's the, why do you have a female friend that I don't know? That's the problem. It's fine to have friends.
Well, it sounds like you're aware of their friendship.
No, I don't know her.
You just don't know her.
Right.
Okay, so how
And it's one thing to trust the husband. It doesn't mean you trust her. Why is she making friends with some random guy on the subway? How does she know that you live on the same street as she does?
How? That's what they talked about. They're like, oh, you're riding the bus? I'm also riding the bus. You must live nearby. And she's like, as a matter of fact, I do. I live in the blue house on the corner. And he's like, oh, cool.
What made them start speaking in the first place?
I think they were on a train together and they probably noticed each other multiple times riding the train.
So that means they need to be friends?
Maybe.
Why?
Maybe they both like the same baseball team.
How would they know?
They were both wearing jerseys.
To work? I doubt it.
It's casual Friday.
Bullshit.
Are there ages on these people? Do we know how old they are?
I don't
That's a good question.
I don't think I remember seeing that. Why does that matter?
I think that when you're younger, I think you're probably more likely to have friends of the other gender who you're not in a relationship with. But as you get older, and especially if you're in a relationship, I think longer, then it becomes more sus. As the kids say.
Oh, talking like a youngster. Yeah. Okay. No cap.
Throw that out. Yeah. Then it starts to, why do you need a new random friend
of the opposite sex?
So I just
to ride a train with.
And there's no ages mentioned. I have this feeling that, they're in this late 20s to mid 40s kind of demographic because they're talking about a young kid at home and, getting things gifted from her, which I don't know if that means she also has a young kid or
did she just go out and buy these things? I don't remember if it was stuff that belonged to her.
Nice. No? Is that a flag?
That's a flag. Why are you buying things from my son? Yeah, I would be really uncomfortable with some woman I don't know buying things for my son.
So let's get to know her.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I think they should at least be introduced to each other, and
And how would that happen?
like I said, they could meet up for coffee. Say like, hey, let's all meet for coffee, and
Like
that
all
way,
4 of us or all 3
four.
of us?
Nope, all 4 of us.
Okay.
Unless it was like the wife's like, look, if you're gonna keep being this person's friend, I at least need to meet them. But honestly, it doesn't matter anyway. Like, yes, she could meet her. What I don't understand is why does he need that person to be his friend? He can make other friends, and all these other things are just cop out bullshit. Like
When you
can
say
make a
other
male
friends, you really mean guy friends.
Yes, guy friends. That's
So
more
you-
appropriate.
So you have a problem with her because she's female.
Right. And because the wife doesn't know her. Anthony and I are friends, but Anthony and I aren't just hanging out without you or Kirsten.
I mean, I don't know.
We're not.
He also lives on the other side of the country.
Well, he didn't always. When he lived in the same town as us, we didn't just hang out together.
This is really intense and personal right now.
Well, it's important for the purpose of you understanding that it doesn't really matter if they're just friends. Like, you can be just friends, but there's still boundaries. And yes, they're meeting.
Wait, so you can be just friends?
Yeah, like we're just friends, not you and I. Anthony and I are just friends, and all your other guy friends, I'm also friends with them, but I'm not just hanging out with them. We are not just going places together.
Well, it doesn't sound like
We're not riding the train together.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't sound like they're riding the train to ride the train together. It sounds
True.
like they're both going to work at the same time in the same way a couple times a week, and they chat while they're on the train, and then they have some seemingly harmless conversations on Facebook.
So say one of them misses the train at the time that they normally meet. Do you think they'll Facebook message? Oh, I'm so sorry I missed you.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think that'll probably happen. I really enjoy our morning chats. It was my turn to bring a donut.
Kirsten saying, this
you
smells foul.
You cannot hear her disapproval right
I can
now.
see it.
I mean, my initial objection to this whole thing is that
Oh, you sound like such an attorney.
yes, your commute time is quiet time. It's headphones in, podcast or music time, or it's not, let me chat up a random stranger.
Even if you're on the bus, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's me. I am that person. She can back me up on
Yes.
this. If I am in small space with a bunch of people, it could be
Mr.
an
Friendly.
elevator ride, and I'm going to be in somebody's wedding by the time that elevator's over. I chat with people.
It doesn't sound like that's him. He has he didn't have a dad, so he only makes friends with girls.
Right. Something like that.
Completely skipped over that part.
Yeah, that seems like that's about what he said. He said something along the lines of, I didn't have a strong male figure, so it's really hard for me to make friends with guys. I don't really understand the rationale there, but I think I want to believe that he does struggle to make friendships with guys, and he's trying to kind of diagnose that. And what he's coming up with is, I had a crummy dad experience, so that's impacting my ability to make friends with guys. Now, I want to be totally transparent here. I don't really think that matters that much. I think you have to realize that you have a shortcoming there, and it's a little bit weird, and you need to adjust, right? And do something appropriate. My argument is, if he's only making friends with women, I can see the flag there.
Right.
But that's really not what we're talking about.
No,
What we're talking about is him making friends with a female, regardless of how it got there. So if we really just strip this down, the two questions are, am I okay with him making friends with whoever he wants to make friends with, as long as he's respecting the boundaries of our relationship? Does he need to tell me everything like that?
I think the fact that he says historically he's been like a girlfriend guy and he doesn't have male friends, but he's got female friends.
I know it doesn't help. That
No,
hurt.
it doesn't, but his wife knew that, right? Like
That's
when she
true.
married him,
Okay,
she
good
knows that he's the kind of guy who has female friends.
Okay.
So now it does sound like she's asking him to change.
Okay.
Just, for her, or it's her insecurities maybe that she's asking him to now accommodate when you go in knowing.
And you have to define what wrong is. If you're trying to say, has somebody done something wrong? And the wrong in this is, she doesn't like that he is making friend time with a female. And his perspective, and we don't know everything, we can only go off of what we're reading. his perspective is, I'm literally doing nothing wrong other than my wife being uncomfortable about it. I'm not talking about anything inappropriate. I'm not doing anything inappropriate. My wife is just unhappy that this is happening. And should that cost me a friend? And you know, there's going to be plenty of people that say, make your wife happy at all costs. Go ahead.
Anthony's got his hand up.
Anthony's, for those of you that can't hear Anthony raising his hand, he just raised his hand. So Anthony, go ahead.
Two questions.
Two questions.
One, can you really consider her a friend?
I was just thinking that.
Like,
Yeah, I don't-
You just hang out. She's an
Friend
acquaintance.
is a strong word with
Yeah.
me, so I don't know.
Like,
but some
just
people,
riding on the train.
some people you make. I mean,
You can say
I don't.
my train friend.
Yeah, I don't know what a friend is to this guy.
That could be bad.
But it sounds like the trained friend is escalating. You know, now they're swapping
Because of the
Facebook
Facebook,
messages and
the gifts
we're
for
taking
the
it
kid.
off the train and into
Real
real
world.
life.
Exactly.
Other one. Did he specify if it was their son or just his son?
He
that's interesting.
said, you know what? I picked up on that too, and it sounded like he said my son, but I'm gonna double check.
And
I
it
thought
also
that
could
was
have just
weird,
been like
too.
a style thing. Like maybe he's the type of person that just says my son.
That's true.
So while you're looking that up, so to be fair, I am the type of person as a woman that does have a lot of guy friends. They also happen to be your friends. Like I can understand that. Like when you feel like you get along with a certain group of people a little bit better. That being said, I'm not going out and being like, you seem like a fun guy. Let's be train buddies or whatever. You know, it could be like a friendly hello, like, hey, how's it going? But we're not going to be Facebooking or anything like that. Exception being if I thought this was a person that you would really get along with, then you would be introduced and then like you guys could be friends and then like I would be like second friend. But that would not be like my friend that I'm not telling you about. And when I do tell you about it and you're like, well, that makes me uncomfortable. I'm kind of like, well, too bad. This is my train friend. I'm keeping him.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's layers to that. And by the way, he did mention she gave me free items for my son.
Interesting.
So, and again, like you said, it could be a style thing, but to me, I'm going to take it literally.
Okay.
You know, it's at
Maybe
least
it's
his
just
son.
his son.
Yeah. Which may add another layer to it. But at the end of the day, he's in a relationship and I don't think she's being very reasonable. I know it's not very popular, but I kind of feel.
No, it's not.
I feel like if he's doing the right thing, he didn't hide any of this. He's told her about it. I've made
Except for when they became Facebook friends. He didn't see why that was important to tell her.
Is it?
Yes. If she's already told him, hey, this makes me kind of uncomfortable. If he's going to continue to go along with that friendship, at the bare minimum, he needs to be completely transparent. Otherwise, it's sus. It does start looking sus at that point.
Actually, he did mention if the roles were reversed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People always say that though.
Yeah, but if the roles were reversed, then
She's riding a train.
Yeah.
She meets a
Meets a
guy. And they strike up harmless conversations 2 days a week. Then he Facebook friend requests her and gives her some free stuff for her kid. And he's like, that's cool, whatever.
like I feel like a woman is not going to chat up a random guy unless she has interest in that guy.
Well, and that's why as a guy we can often say, hey, if the roles were reversed, I would totally be okay with it. Halfway knowing that those roles are never going to be reversed, and
True,
it's
true.
not going to be something that happens. So I just, that to me, that dog doesn't hunt. It's not a good response. He has to decide, is this inside or outside of the boundaries of our relationship? And if it's outside, is this a hill I'm ready to die on? Or do I need to retreat and make my wife happy and chalk this up to, a compromise in a relationship?
Well, and this is if it's just a train friend or just a commute friend, why is it so important? What
Yeah.
is he getting from that he does not want to give up? And that is
Because
where,
he doesn't have many friends.
But that's
But that means but then she's not just a train friend,
Right.
and it's not just casual, but it really is.
Well,
for him, something deeper. And that's,
So let's say it is important to him.
problematic.
Let's say it's important. What does that change? Does that push it farther into something bad could happen?
I think that it. Yeah, I would be even more suspicious as the wife.
So what if this guy just says, look, I just want to be able to talk to people when I ride the train 2 times a week. She's somebody that I know. I like to talk to her. What's the big big deal.
Then she adds you on Facebook and she's bringing your kids stuff. And it's more than just the train friend, like Kirsten and Anthony said. It's
Don't drag them into this.
Well, they said it. It's developing. It's escalating. This isn't just
Isn't that a natural development? I mean,
it can be if you allow it to be, but it does not have to be.
But a Facebook friend request, I mean, when you meet somebody and you live in the same neighborhood and you guys I don't know if they work at the same place or they work close to each other. They take the same route to work. You talk, you laugh. It's funny. You're both in a relationship. Everybody's married or whatever. Isn't like a normal next step to send a friend request on Facebook?
Let's change the venue.
Okay.
Let's go from train to bar. And you got
That's different.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's different.
That's different.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because a bar is not a daytime drive to work. A bar is a place that you go and drink and let loose a little bit. And I think it's a different vibe. I think if I'm like, hey, I just got this woman friend that I like to spend time with at the bar 2 days a week, I think it's got a different flavor.
Well, even coffee shop. Like, let's say you're a patron at a coffee shop. You go, like, that's part of your
just
routine.
while I'm ordering my coffee, I talk to this person, and then when I'm done ordering my coffee, I'm gone.
No, you drink your coffee there and chat with this person.
I think
while you
that's
drink your
different.
coffee.
I think when you're on the train, it's purposeful. You're on the train to work or home. You're not like, it would be different if you're like, on the way home on our train ride, we're going to stop at the park and talk for another half hour. Like, that's not happening. They both have a specific and larger purpose for riding the train and then riding it back home. They chat each other up.
Well, I'm actually going to stop you because they are kind of quote unquote stopping at the park because they're Facebook
Is that
friends
Facebook?
now.
Facebook is stopping at the park?
Yes,
The
because now they're
proverbial
like,
park?
here is this article based on this thing that we were talking about while we're on the train.
Yeah.
Please don't harass Anthony while
I'm not. I'm supporting him.
But what I'm saying is, okay, I go to the bar to unwind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a female bartender. We chat, we banter, and it stops there.
Okay.
I don't know her name. I don't know anything.
This sounds like really specific, by the way.
No, it's just in general.
Who is she?
Over the years, you just
Yeah, so,
you go
okay,
to
so-
the bar.
But it's a bartender.
Monday
She's
afternoon.
required to be there.
You're the only one.
You're at the bar. It's Monday. It's 3 in the afternoon. It's you and the local elderlies that have been going there for
Exactly.
20 years.
You don't even know her name.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think this is the same thing.
It is the same thing.
It's different.
It would be a completely different scenario if I tried Facebooking her or she tried Facebooking
I
me.
think so too. If you met somebody at a bar and they're required to serve you and you've been having a discussion with them and then are you Facebooking the bartender?
No, let's say they
Is
Facebooked me.
Facebooking a verb?
I think so.
Okay. All right. We know it. Okay. So you get home and the bartender friend requests you.
Correct.
Yeah, dude, that's a flag. Like, I can't even sign off on that.
How is that different than being on the train?
Because I think a more accurate sort of analogy would be you both work at the bar and then she friend requests you. Because in your scenario, this person's choosing to go to the bar. They don't have to go to the bar. This other person's working there and choosing to engage with this person. I think that's a step above. In the scenario we're actually talking about, they're both getting on the train not to spend time with each other. They're both getting on the train to commute.
I'm going to the bar to drink. She just happens to work there.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing.
See?
Are they now choosing to ride the same train at the same
That's what
time?
I'm saying.
So it's no longer coincidental, but now it's a meetup. Like we go to work together.
Right,
we come
right.
home from work. I'm going to wait for you to finish so that we ride the same
I think
train
that's
together.
so speculative. I think we have to take it at face value. It sounds like in the story they're commuting to work at the same time because presumably they work at the same time. And during that, we have to strip it down without adding in all these extra little additives. and we have to say at face value, is there a problem? So let's assume they commute to work at the same time 2 days a week. Let's give them that. Look, they don't have to talk on the train. Okay. I'm not naive. They're choosing to engage and talk to each other on the train. They probably look forward to it 2 times a week, but let's not muddy the waters. They're commuting to work 2 days a week. They're taking the same route in the same way. They're choosing to talk to each other on the phone. On the train. And then they commute on their way back home. They again talk to each other on the train. She friend requested him, according to him. He approved the friend request. He did not tell his wife. She gave him some stuff for the kid. All those things are things that we're just going to agree about on face level. Now what we have to say is that a problem or not? And if it is a problem, how do we correct it? Is the correction, you don't need this person in your life. You need me in your life and you need me to be happy. You don't need to make friends with randos just because they're riding the train at the same time as you. Or is the answer, you know what, I'm going to trust you a little bit. You're making a friend. Yes, it's a female, but I do trust you. But hey, we need to be more open about this. I need to know what's going on. I need to know who this person is. I need to look at them in their eyes and see if I trust them or if I sniff out any sort of,
weirdness.
Yeah, or anything there. But, I just don't think we can add stuff. So I need to know, Kyoko, where you're at with this.
He's got some stuff he needs to make up. The wife has been clear that this is something that makes her really uncomfortable. And I don't feel like he's doing anything to try to remedy that except for last minute inviting her over to the house, which is stupid. Like that was a dumb way. If he really wanted to remedy it, he should discuss with the wife, hey, what can I do to show you that this is strictly platonic? You have nothing to worry about, and be prepared to deal with whatever that answer may be. So he should probably have some answers like, hey, how'd you feel if we all met up for coffee? And that way you could meet her partner and then you can meet her and everybody can get to know each other better. And then we can make a decision from there. Hey,
what?
Don't make me kick your ass.
I'm listening. So what you're saying is we can fix this.
Maybe.
And
the fix might be like, you don't talk to her anymore.
Whoa. I want to talk to my friend.
Oh, are you awake now?
I want to talk to my friend on the train.
Oh, damn, talk to my friend on the train. Yeah.
I want to know how we get there because she says really interesting stuff and we have really good conversations and we both like the same baseball
Why don't you
team.
marry her?
Because I'm already married. And
That's fixable.
You're being irrational.
I'm just saying, Mr. Falling Asleep during my conversations.
Listen, I can't hang on when there's 400 rules. I'm just
It's not 400 rules. It's simple. Meet up. Give her a chance to make an opinion. You. No.
It's like we meet up twice a week.
No. The wife gets a chance to meet her. And
so
then make
I
a
try
choice.
to arrange a play date for you guys.
Not just the two. No, God, no. For everybody. For
all
everyone.
four of us.
Yes, for everyone to meet. And I'd be interested to know if Chick's husband knows about train friend dude. Which I know, face value, it's not mentioned, but I'd be curious.
Yeah,
if he doesn't know, I feel like that's
worth,
more of a red flag.
That's worth mentioning. But maybe she's like, it's just a dude on a train.
Oh, you picked up another one?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
You got another stray.
Another stray.
You know what a flag is, though? Is when they're like, no, look, they're ugly. I wouldn't even.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as they say something like that, you're like, okay, you guys are getting it on.
It's a lesbian. It doesn't
He
matter.
says partner, not husband.
That's true.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't know
Yeah.
what that was about. Is that just because they're not married and
Or maybe he's just trying to be like more modern.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever somebody says partner, I'm like, that seems like you're trying to not say something. I don't ever know what that means.
Does this turn into an emotional cheating scenario?
Oh God.
Well, it definitely could. That is the real.
So what are you guys
concern.
talking about? And he's like, nothing. We cry sometimes.
Hug it out.
I talked to her about you.
Right? Yeah. About us.
Like, remember last week when we were arguing and you were being super like kind of cray. I just really needed somebody to talk to about that and kind of validate my side of things. It's just
She
stuff
totally
like
did.
that.
It was totally fine.
It was awesome. And then we got ice cream.
And she rubbed my back and it was like, she's like, it's okay.
And we got ice cream on the train.
I mean, the movie was called I Love You Man, not I Love You Woman.
Oh my God. It sounds like a bumper
It
sticker.
kind of sounds like the
Does it?
sequel to I Love You Man.
On the train.
Except in that movie,
Yeah.
he learns how to make guy friends.
He
Yeah.
was Guy Friends, yeah.
It could be called a train ride to divorce.
Train wreck.
All right. So here we go. I think we've talked this out. The question is, is this guy the bad guy? Is this guy guilty? Right? Is he guilty? Is he not guilty? So, I mean, the question is he guilty of not honoring his marriage and putting his marriage first? Is she overreacting and this shouldn't even be a question? Is this small fries? But what we're going to fish out here, what we have to decide on, and I'm going to start with Anthony. Is he guilty or not guilty?
Guilty is not a. I don't.
That's what we got to work with.
What guilty of? Guilty of what?
Guilty of having an inappropriate relationship.
There's not enough information. Yes, I will say. Yep.
So
I just decided.
So you're like, not enough information, and then you profoundly said yes.
Yeah, because I was running through all the
information. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're sitting next to your wife.
No.
Okay, so you're saying guilty.
I'm saying guilty. Yeah.
Okay, Kirsten?
Guilty.
Booyah.
Okay, so the jury has rendered a verdict. It is unanimous, and you both agree that he is in fact guilty. All right? Yeah, that's something. Okay, want to do another one?
Sure.
All right,
do it.
let's see what we got. Oh, man.
What's wrong, Eric?
I hate to do this, but we need to add a cheesy commercial in here.
Damn, I hate commercials.
Me too. Let's do one.
All right.
Okay. What's this one about?
It's about us.
This is how you write in to us to get free stuff.
Well, shit, that's a good-ass commercial.
Yeah, that's right. This is all about how our listeners can get free stuff. We can get content that's going to help deliver better shows.
Ooh, I like that. What kind of content?
We want you to send us a story. Once we get that, if we read it and we just go, holy shit, this is some fucked up stuff right here. We need to share this with the world. If you want to send it to us and you want it to be anonymous, you can totally do that. We don't need to use your names, but we would love to get some original content from our listeners. So email us. Kyoko, tell them where to email.
All right. You can email us at uncommonthreads@gmail.com. Now that's uncommon with a K, no C, and threads has a Z.
So complicated.
So complicated, but really it's not. Take out the C, take out the S, add a K and a Z. Uncommonthreads@gmail.com, or find us on social media, Uncommon Threads on Facebook and Insta. Same spelling.
Send us your content. Like I said, if we feature it, we will reach out to you to send you merchandise. And if you're cool with tagging us?
Yeah, you want to tag us in your awesome merch, then we got something else cool for you.
Yeah, we'll send you bonus merch. Awesome. Back to the show. All right, I got a really good one here. It's very serious content, so we all need to apply our best selves as we navigate our way through this.
Thinking cap.
Yeah, thinking cap applied.
Professionalism at an all-time high here. I think this is going to appeal to a lot of people, and frankly, I think we're going to do a lot of good. Okay?
All right.
Let's better
All
this
right.
world.
Yes.
Yes. One asshole at a time.
Interesting application.
Okay. So, am I the asshole for not wanting to sit while peeing in my girlfriend's house? Did I say this is big time, or did I say this is big time?
Wow.
It is big.
Okay, and we have ages here.
Oh, good.
I, 29 male, recently moved in with my girlfriend, 30 female. She recently bought an apartment from her landlord who was previously renting from. She earns a lot more than I do, and we had discussed buying it together, but I could not contribute to the down payment, so we ended up deciding that since I would have no equity, I would stay there and only pay half the bills, but get to benefit by saving more while she would pay for the maintenance and the mortgage. All right, that's really specific. Things have been going okay, but I feel like since she was in the place first and I don't pay, she is a bit particular about how we live and does not allow me to make changes to the place. Like she dictates where I can put my computer, etc., and I made a lot of compromises. She has been asking me to sit while peeing and claims it makes the toilet rim harder to clean and blames me for making it dirty, which is false, as even when you... Do you have a comment?
It's not false. If it's only the two of them, it's absolutely him.
Well, what he says is even if you sit, you can splash there. She agreed to let it go initially, but then recently bought one of those Japanese electrical toilet seats with a bidet. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now he can be a clean asshole.
This reduces the size of the toilet opening as it is a big apparatus. I don't use it, but I am careful to not pee on it, but she keeps nagging me and says she found pee on the nozzle and underneath it between the toilet bowl and the device. I told her it probably came from her, and now she's upset with me. I don't see the point when I anatomically do not have to sit and don't want to end up with back issues since I'm taller than her.
Oh my Lord. From all that time to sit pee.
Am I the asshole here? I get that it's her house, but I do expect to have the ability to live somewhat freely.
Oh my God. Yes,
I
you're
know.
the asshole.
I am also upset like you because I can't believe in this modern
I
world
already
that
know
we-
where you're going with this.
in this modern world that we live in, I as a man am being forced to sit down to pee.
There is a very simple solution.
Why are you so close to the microphone?
Because as the person that cleans the bathrooms in our house, this is a sensitive subject.
I have cleaned the bathrooms in our house.
Bullshit. No.
I've cleaned the bathroom
You
in our
have
house.
scrubbied the toilet after some like Taco Bell incidents, but you have not cleaned the bathroom.
Wow. Listen. Wow. I'm not going to point out that it was not my Taco Bell incident. I was just being a good husband.
Okay. No, it's absolutely, this is a thing guys do. You get pee on the toilet, which fine if you're going to clean it, but if you're not going to clean it, then yeah, sit down.
How long have we been married?
A long time.
How long have we been married?
15 wonderful years.
Okay. How come we've never had this argument?
Because it's not worth arguing about to me.
I think I got pretty good aim in the bathroom.
Well, maybe, but by the time it's time to clean the bathroom, you haven't. and no guy does.
Well, if
I don't
you
know
clean
one
the
house where there's
bathroom
boys
more-
where there isn't pee on the toilet.
If you clean the bathroom more often than like twice a year, it probably wouldn't have time to build up.
Oh, but you clean the bathroom. So when during the twice a year do you clean the bathroom? Oh wait,
I
you
don't-
don't. You don't actually clean the bathroom. That's right.
I don't pee on the seat.
You do, and the side and along the bottom.
And you don't think you pee on the seat sometimes?
No, I don't. Pee
Like
on
sometimes
the
you
seat.
get up too quick, or I don't know how it works, but
Like, oh shit, I'm still peeing. Let me get up. And
I forgot. I wasn't done.
I was. Yeah.
that doesn't
Oopsie.
happen. Like maybe there's not enough pat. You get up because you're excited, and
And we woo,
There's
I'm
a
done
no-
peeing. Let me just get up real
there's a
quick.
knock at the door or an Amazon package
No.
or something. You don't.
No, and even
You're saying
even
that
in,
all the
in
pee
this
in our
imaginary
bathroom-
scenario, they're at because I've seen like raising kids,
Mm-hmm.
especially little girls. Yeah, like there can be a drop or two on the actual seat, but that does
Exactly.
not account for the rim of the toilet and all down the effing sides.
covered.
Yeah,
When you say the
covered.
rim of the toilet, are you talking about under
like
the
the
seat?
bowl, yeah, under
Yeah,
the
when you lift
seat,
his seat up,
Okay.
and then it's
all
so,
the pee,
So much
okay,
pee-pee.
so
all the man pee.
lots of man pee-pee.
so we agree that I at least lift the seat before I pee. Can I get a high five?
No,
I mean, because some people don't even lift the seat. They're like, oh, I can shoot it in the middle.
I mean, could it be worse? Yeah, it can always be
All right,
worse.
I just wanted you to acknowledge that a little bit.
So a little information nugget is
Ah.
that in Germany, in house and like at home, it is very common for men to sit down while peeing because it is cleaner. And you know, Germans are very
Interesting.
clean people.
I
Hold
did
on.
not know that.
Hold on. Hold the phone. First off, you want me to believe that German people as a people have normalized men sitting to pee.
Yes.
And secondly, you want me to believe that generally speaking, German people are cleaner than maybe other people.
I'm not saying that
because
they're
they do-
cleaner. I'm just saying that they're like maybe more anal about being
Peeing.
clean.
More sanitary.
They're more anal when it comes to peeing.
So it's like even this like meme account, you know, where it's this British guy living in Germany and he's pretending to be a German. He goes into a hotel room and he puts up like a must sit while peeing sign in the hotel room, and it was part of like how does a German like you know go into a hotel room? I mean, it's actually
Interesting. I had no idea.
Anthony, can I ask you a personal, unrelated question?
Okay.
Do you sit when you pee?
Depends on my mood.
Me too. I'm going to be vulnerable right now, and I'm going to be really honest about this. Okay. I sit when I pee in the mornings. When I get up and, you know, I'm not as young as I look, and I have to get all the way to the bathroom from my bed, which feels like, you know, it's the goddamn Oregon Trail or something. I got to walk like, you know, it feels like 1,000 miles, and my body's like kind of like popping and waking up and like trying to get into alignment. And by the time I get to that toilet first thing in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to sit down.
I need a break.
I'm gonna
Give me a
sit
mini.
down and I'm gonna pee. And And when I'm done peeing, I'm going to continue to sit here for a while and just like try to, wake up. So I sit when I pee then. But any other time, it just seems, it just feels weird to me. It doesn't seem right. Maybe the answer is we need to make the bathrooms more pee proof, like a urinal and more tile and an easier way to wash it.
It's not pee proof. It's just
Easier
then you
to
can
clean.
just hose it down.
Yeah, but I mean, we have carpet in our bathroom. That's weird.
No, not in the toilet part. That would be awful. In the shower part, which is also awful. Believe it's not pee getting on the carpet.
That's like those there's like porta potties, like really like advanced ones that where the whole thing gets hosed down.
How we have talked about
in
this.
between. Yeah.
Yeah, where basically you just have a giant drain there, and then
we had 4
spigot.
kids at one point, all peeing in the same bathroom, and doing everything that you do in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just a porta,
And I remember
fancy
countless,
porta-potties.
and it was also the bathroom that if somebody came over to our house, it was like the bathroom in the hallway. Like if somebody comes to visit, that's the bathroom that they're going to use. They're not going to go into the bedrooms and use those bathrooms. And I just remember on occasion, I would have to use that bathroom, and I would open that door and I'd be like, oh my God. What? I mean, do they even try? Like, do they just get like, they just clear the threshold of the door and just
let it
whatever
rip.
happens, and then
Made it
they
into
make
the
their way
bathroom.
out of there. It looked like a freaking hobo bathroom or some like public restroom at a hobo camp or something.
And the kids had chores where they had to clean the bathroom like every other day.
And all they would do is they just get some dirty ass towel and just rub everything around and then like spray some cleaner on it, so it kind of like in the way
cleaner
an 8th grade boy just sprays Axe on himself, at a dance, but like doesn't do any cleaning. It was kind of like that situation.
Yeah, one giant drain would have been nice, and Lysol. Maybe you should come up with some grenades. Just pull that pin, throw it in there, close the door, wait for it to be disinfected.
All right, so bringing it back, is this guy an asshole for his girlfriend? Okay, so first off, does she have the right to tell him he has to sit when he pees?
She can ask it. Well, so it's not.
I mean, it
necessarily
sounds like she's trying to impose her will here.
I think it's pretty simple. Like, you don't have to sit to pee, but then you need to clean the bathroom. Like, it can be your choice. You can sit to pee or you can clean the bathroom. Your choice. If he's saying, I don't want to sit to pee, but her problem is
he
there's pee
doesn't
on
want back problems.
Well, so is he standing to take a dump? I would like to know.
I'm not going to lie. I had the same train of thought. I was like, man, have I been missing? Like, can you, like a horse? Can you just walk into the bathroom and just push one out?
Right over the toilet. Just keep
like
going.
not even stop walking. And then, do you expect your significant other to come by with the broom and the little dustpan? And
scoop it up.
Well,
yeah.
And have you ever used one of those like Japanese toilets that are like it's heated and then it's got like all
we
like
have
the
a super
bidets and the
fancy one. He needs
nozzles.
to hook it up
here we
for
go.
me.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
I mean, I could, but I'll probably burn the house down.
Those Japanese toilets are legit. I mean,
Yes.
that is like an experience. So I don't
Tell
know.
me
I
about
don't know
it
why.
again. Tell me, it's heated.
It's
and what?
heated. It's
Okay.
heated, and then
Like the seat is
the
heated.
seat is heated.
Okay.
Right. So you sit down and it's warm.
Yeah.
And then there's all sorts of buttons that you can push.
Like, what do you get? Like a vending machine? Like, what do you get?
Yeah,
out of
I
this?
mean, like
can you get snacks?
It's like, you can like wash the front, you can wash the back, you can do them both at the same time. Different kind of water pressure, different kind.
Wow.
Is it like, like
Oh, and they have
more
dryers,
intense-
too.
and they have the dryers, and I mean, it is like
Why
it is a
would you ever wash
contraption.
one and not the other one?
If you're a dude.
No, like
If you're a dude. Like, you don't need the front wash necessarily.
you don't need to wash the boys.
I don't know.
Is that what it shoots?
It
Does
can.
It washes the.
Yeah, I mean,
berries?
it knows
Clean
like
your
you can
Like
choose male
you,
mode or
oh, you
female
like
mode.
push the
They
picture
are-
of the
yeah,
ball
they
sack
are,
or whatever?
They are so.
Or is it like a kanji for?
These are very advanced toilets. I mean,
so
this
then
is
why
like-
not
it's an
wash your balls
experience.
every single time?
Why not? That's
Especially
I
if
guess-
it's got an air dryer on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, you definitely could.
So I guess my
There's so
question to
many
him
questions.
is, why if you have, it sounds like she said that, or he said that they have like a Japanese toilet. Like, why wouldn't you want to use it?
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Enjoy the experience.
Well, it's a lot.
Oh,
It's
it's because
just,
of his back problems.
It's just- that's right. But it's heated. It might actually feel good.
right.
look,
Release that
it's the
tension.
same reason, we don't like, y'all don't want to put makeup on every single time, right? That you're going somewhere. Sometimes you just want to run to the store and run back out. Sometimes go through the drive-thru, right? Like I probably don't want to wash my no square every time I go to the bathroom.
It's a square?
I'm getting older.
You draw a square like this area is no. You don't touch this area.
It's like, it's my no square. I think if I just, like if I'm just going in to take a leak and, I don't like maybe it's the middle of the night and I drank too much before and I'm waking up at 2:00 in the morning to go pee. I probably don't want the full spa treatment on my no square.
I'm sitting down at that point.
At 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Or if I'm hungover.
We recently had I'm too hungover to stand up.
Hey, that's a no-brainer. I've damn near sat in a urinal because I was too drunk to try to figure that out. I think that's a different set of circumstances. This is like, middle of the day, I got to go pee. I really don't want to sit down to go pee. The back problem thing, I think, goes out the window because I'm assuming it takes longer to
number two
than it does number one. And, maybe he has existing back issues and every time he sits down, it hurts. And so that would be a reasonable argument, right? Mm-hmm. But your retort to that is then clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
Pee wherever you want if you're cleaning up after it.
Exactly.
But if you're gonna be messy, but he says he's not messy. He says it's her doing it. He says it's the splash.
She's just not accepting it. Honestly, it's not.
You're
women.
telling me that if you pee with a high level of velocity as a woman, that it can't splash back up and hit the little gap between the seat and the rim?
Me personally, no.
Yeah.
I don't know how every single woman pees. I have not done a survey.
I mean, I've heard you pee sometimes. It sounds like Niagara Falls in there.
Going into the water, not splashing up, getting
But the water
everywhere.
splashes is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's not it's not a splashy situation.
It sounds splashy.
It's not splashy.
It's all. I mean, that's the sound of splash.
No.
I've heard Olympic divers make less noise.
You're such an exaggerator.
When they land in the water. I mean, it's. So
No.
you're saying unequivocally there is no way that the girl urine is getting on the rim.
No.
Then how is the guy urine getting there? Because he's standing up and peeing down into the same area.
Because
or are you just saying it's like an out of control fire hose that's peeing
one
everywhere?
is that it's coming from higher.
so much higher, exactly. So you're getting more splash that way.
It comes from higher, and so it splashes
Okay,
up. I mean, that's
so-
just
and then
Physics.
and then
You're being all sciencey on me now.
well, and then there's the whole like drip before you put it back in. If you're not shaking it, then it's dripping off the side of the bowl and running down to where the toilet connects.
Listen,
the
shaking
floor.
it's a dangerous game.
Well, same
because-
thing. It's like
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there's a little left and you just shake it, who knows? I mean,
maybe
we can't.
guys
We
should
were,
start
goes.
patting, like get some toilet paper, a little teet teet, pat that.
oh my god!
Pat your little fireman.
Don't you call it a fireman? You know how
Pat
I
your
feel.
little policeman.
You know how I feel about
no
that.
joke. I was once in line, and I don't remember where. I think it was in an airport or something like that. And it was two women who had a son, and they were trying to, potty train him. And she said, I mean, I had him like dab it. And the guy standing in line next to him goes, "You don't dab it. You shake it."
and then you get pee everywhere. And
I don't think we can be held accountable for where the last two drops go.
you can't. It's still your pee.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, it's just
still your pee.
It's the burden you have to pay for being a man.
Then you clean the toilet.
Listen, I know that you've been a woman your whole life, so things are a little easier for you.
Easier. Shut your whore mouth.
Especially as a woman of color.
Look,
you've had a very enchanted
so
existence.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
You've had it
growing up
so-
in predominantly white communities, it's been the easiest.
Oh man.
Let me bust out my funnel. No, it's no.
Oh, should we use a funnel?
No.
That's like a urinal.
But then what do you do with the funnel after you pee?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
get pee everywhere.
You
still.
just set it next to the toilet and it's not your problem.
Maybe there
anymore.
should be like a little catcher at the top. Like if you're gonna pee, you got like you pee into this thing that like gently puts it in the toilet so it doesn't splash everywhere.
like the size of it is slightly larger than your unit, so you just kind of put it in there and pee.
And the pee goes down. And you can maybe you can adjust it so for taller guys or shorter guys.
Okay. So who cleans that though?
Still a guy.
So it's the same problem.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could make it to where it's like bidet status. Like, when it's done, it like retracts and then cleans itself.
This sounds really expensive.
Would you rather her tell you just to go outside? Would that be better?
I pee outside a lot.
Not so much anymore. When we lived in the country, that was different.
I pee outside whenever I can. If I'm outside and I even kind of got to pee, I'm peeing outside. Just because there's just so much, it's no pressure outside.
Yeah.
I can spell my name. I can point to things and pee on them.
Oh my
Nobody
goodness.
ever gets mad.
Maybe there's an insect you're trying to
Yes. Or like, I'm like, oh, the dog thinks they can pee there. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to put so much more pee there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I kind of wait to see my dog come out, and they're like, what the hell? Somebody's peeing over here. And there's so much of it, and they try to pee, and it's just a little bit of dog pee. It's a whole thing.
You're oversharing.
I think that you did hit the answer here, though. Just go pee outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
think that's the solution.
You
can stand up. You don't have to sit.
Well, and I would argue peeing in the shower is delightful.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you really have to pee and you don't want to get all hung up with whose turn it is to clean the bathroom. Like she's been doing it the first 15 years now.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn for the next 15 years.
He could just pee in the bathtub and then just turn on the bathtub. And doesn't even have to take a shower.
No, there's still going to be a splash
you're
issue.
so smart.
Nope.
What?
There's still going to be
You
splash.
can move
especially-
the shower head around.
Yeah.
What if it's just a bathtub without
It's
a shower
not.
head?
We don't have
We
this.
literally have one.
Next to the shower.
Exactly.
Dang it, that is true.
So then
But,
pee in the shower.
yeah, so pee in the shower.
Yeah.
And then turn. It's
And then
still,
just spray the water around.
It's still not sanitary.
Like if we had that option with the toilet, right? Like I go pee and, I notice some pee on there. It could be yours, could be mine, could be our kids. Let's not get hung up in the details. And then I just grab like the little nozzle like on the kitchen sink and I'm just all shh and spray it off. And you're like, oh, this is the best guy in the world. He just cleaned the bathroom.
Yeah.
But it's not clean. You just hosed it out, and very likely pee is getting missed because it's going to be like a squirt, done.
Man, nothing is good enough for
Yeah,
you.
clean the bathroom.
I just told you I was
That's
cleaning the
not
bathroom
cleaning
with
it.
the special nozzle.
No.
So the problem is he wants to know if he's the asshole for not sitting while peeing.
Yes, unless he's going to clean the bathroom.
Well, did she even say he doesn't clean the bathroom? I don't remember that.
It doesn't sound like he cleans the
It
bathroom.
seems like they both spend a lot of time just inspecting the toilet.
That's
for
true.
pee.
I did get
just
that
an
out of
enormous,
it. Like,
just way too much
it was
time.
very
and
like
but it is
detailed.
on the nozzle there. It's like,
there's a
what?
drip over here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like on the lower left quadrant of the nozzle, which is a 1/4 inch in diameter. I noticed what
She
smelled
taking
like urine.
pictures,
Yeah,
like-
Right. Yeah.
Why isn't she more
Exhibit
concerned
A.
about pink eye at that point?
yeah,
True,
exactly.
you're getting awful close to some nasty
Like
stuff.
I feel like she's not even wearing gloves,
Yeah,
she's
right.
got
She's
got like the
just-
UV light
Yeah.
out, and she's really getting in there, and she like tests like the pH balance, and she's like, "No, this is yours. This is yours, or it's wolf pee or it's your pee, but it's not mine. I drink a gallon of water a day. There's no way this is yellow and
It is yellow and mine is white. Or
it
clear.
smells like Whataburger."
What a,
And you-
what a, oh my God.
Is that a real place or am I making that?
Yes.
Okay.
What a burger, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know. Have we
Is-
talked this out?
Oh, yeah.
Is
Some
he
more
the
questions?
asshole? Guilty or not guilty?
Is he the asshole because he wants to
stand.
express his God-given right to stand while peeing and not have her force him to sit, right? Is that kind of, what's the word I'm looking at? Emasculating? I mean, is it a little...
It's a mess.
Okay, I think it is too. Like,
And why did he even bring up the whole pay?
because he's saying that since, I don't know if you were aware of this, but women typically get paid more than men. And, and this...
Historically.
Yeah, you're full of facts.
I mean, this is yet another case in the countless amount of cases where the woman is making all the money in the house. They probably work at the same place and do the same job, but she's getting paid a lot more than him. And because of that disparity in income, he's saying that she's pushing him around. And this is one example. There's probably other examples, like she gets the good bread and he has to eat the generic bread, or she drives the new car to work and he has to ride the train. And I don't know, which is a dangerous game we've learned from our first segment. All right, so the question is he the asshole, simply put, for not wanting to sit while he pees? And let's not forget about his back problems. What say you?
We still haven't. Sorry, just one quick question. Is it a squishy seat?
Oh, we had one
the
of
donuts
those once.
one.
We had one once.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I sat on it, I was like, where have you you been my whole life? But then, like,
Until it soaks up all the pee.
whoever's pee
Yeah.
it is. And no, what I didn't like is like the plastic stuff starts to crack eventually, and that doesn't feel good on the So
Pinches you.
yeah, I don't know. We're speculating, but I'm gonna say it's a hard surface.
Okay, hard service.
Hard surface.
I'm saying guilty or not guilty?
Yeah, guilty if he's the asshole. Not guilty if he's not the asshole.
Not guilty.
I like it. Okay.
Not guilty.
Kirsten also not guilty.
Not guilty.
Okay.
Stop looking. She needs to lighten up and not look at so much pee. I mean, like, come on, stop.
Oh, we agree again. Our jury has
juries,
returned
yeah.
a verdict that they agree on again. I think that deserves an applause. It's very nice. Okay. Anything else for the good of the order?
I think we're good.
Love
I
you
like it.
guys.
Yeah,
love
I
you
want to thank you
guys.
guys for being a guest. It
Yes,
means a lot. I
thank
hope we get to
you.
do this again soon.
I hope so too.
All right. Until next time.
Well, that's a wrap. You've been listening to Mistrial by Fire by Uncommon Threads. If you enjoy the show, please remember to like, subscribe, and share so we can get our fantastic content out to everyone in the world.
Also, if you're interested in providing content to the show, please reach out and you can shoot us an email at uncommonthreads@gmail.com. That's uncommon with a K instead of a C, threads with a Z instead of an S. uncommonthreads@gmail.com. If you send us some content and we use it, then we are going to reach out to you and try to send you some free merch. And if you'd like to take our relationship to the next level and tag us on your social media, we will send you bonus swag. Again, thanks for listening. We enjoy that very much, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned.